Alright, so I've been trying to figure out this flicker problem, so I thought I'd share what I've been doing and what I've discovered and what I think I've managed to do in order to kind of fix things. So let's start out by creating a new application and finding our form. Here it is. And I'm going to just create everything from scratch, just that we can see every step of the way. You can speed up the video from the YouTube thingy if it's taking too long for me to go through this. But let's start out by putting just a few things on the form. One thing I'm going to put is just a label. That's not it. Uh, Standard that label. Yep. So that's what we want. And I'm going to put also, let's put an image and let's start with that. And if we compile and run this, it'll work perfectly. I don't see any problems, but let's just go through it. Here we go. So of course there's no flicker here because nothing's being changed and nothing would normally cause a flicker. So let's make a change that will cause a flicker. So what I'll do is I will change the label caption here to the coordinates of where the mouse pointer goes over the image. So let's go events and we want to use on move, and just gonna grab some code from the other window here and we'll just paste it in. So that should update the caption to our coordinates in the image. So let's try that. And there we go. So that seems to work. Obviously we can't see the image. There's nothing there. Uh, let's make a change there as well. So on create, let's do on create here on the form. Let's add some code that will draw an ellipse. And let's run it again. And we're still good, no flicker. So everything works as expected, no flicker. We haven't had to make any changes to defaults yet. Let's try something that would cause a flicker now. So if we take the, let's find our form again. There we go. Let me resize this a bit. And let's put in a TScrollBox. TScrollBox, yep. TScrollBox. And I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to paste it inside the scroll box. So now that you see over here, it's inside. And if we check our form, I'll just move it over here to the corner. And so let's run this now. And it looks like we have slight flicker at the border. All right. Let's check our form's property. And so double buffered is set on here by default. So if we uncheck it, let's see what happens. So we got flicker now. We got more flicker. Let's do some more things that would cause more flicker. So in our scroll box, let's change the tracking. So now when we move the vertical and horizontal scroll bars, it will move the image also. And let's see how much flicker we can create with that. So we get flicker entering, and let's see, do we get flicker a bit? We get more, it's not as smooth anymore, but we do get a slight flicker. So you might run into something similar to this where you're entering, exiting. So how can you fix some of this? Well, I've noticed that if we don't update the label, let's go to the label and make some changes. So I'm going to comment this out. So now we're not going to be updating the label. And now we get smooth scrolling by not updating the caption in the label. So I think there is a bug somewhere in Lazarus that when the label is being modified, it affects the rest of the components. Uh, so I don't know if it's been fixed in the latest version, but we're here at version 2.010. So that's one of the things I've been able to determine, but that might not help you if you need to use the scroll bar in an image or a paint box inside your scroll box. So how do we fix that? Well, we just revert back to going changing our window to back to double buffered, and that will fix some of the things. So let's see. Oh, okay, like I have to change the label caption to enable that flickering effect. So let's see what happens now with flickering. So we kind of fixed the flickering in the image, but the border here is still flickering. But everything else seems to work normally now. We have smooth scrolling still, and the only flickering is on the border. The only thing we can do is go back to our scroll box, and if we change the border style to BS none now, let's cancel that and run it again. So now we have no flickering. No flickering when we scroll, no flickering when we enter and leave the scroll box area. And so I think there is a bug somewhere where some of these items are not being checked when they're in double buffered mode. Uh, and are causing the excessive flicker. I don't know how to report this properly to the Lazarus developers, but if anyone of them is watching this, maybe I've demonstrated the problem here good enough that it can be fixed. But also, if it's not, and this is the way it works, I've also shown you how to use the different BS none border style to get rid of that annoying slight flicker. So you can have a double buffered form, your scroll box, an image in the scroll box, or a paint box without any flicker as long as you disable the border style. So that's all I got. I just wanted to share that just in case somebody's running through the same problem. I see a lot of messages regarding Flickr and Lazarus. So that's my way of kind of fixing it. So hopefully it's helped somebody. So thanks for watching.